Good morning dear students, welcome. In previous class we have discussed about different types of vegetation, different types of forest. Then grassland was there, shrub was there. Moreover, we have gone through different types of forest like tropical evergreen forest, temperate evergreen forest, right? Then tropical deciduous forest, temperate deciduous forest. Then you will have coniferous forest, okay? In shrubs you have thorny bushes, right? So we have gone through the chapter as well as we have discussed the question answers. Now moving forward with the question answers, we are having some reasons, give reasons, right? You have to give the reasons of it. So here are some of the questions. For answering the reason, you have to answer as to why, W-H-Y, okay, why. Suppose if you have to give the reason of the animals in polar region have thick fur and thick skin, why? So the answer of why will be your reason, okay. So the animals in polar region have thick fur and thick skin. Why the animal in polar region have thick fur and thick skin? The animals who are living in polar region are living in a very cold condition, are living in under cold climate. So they have thick fur and thick skin to protect themselves from cold climatic condition, okay. In order to protect themselves from cold climatic condition, the animals have thick fur and thick skin. So the animals in polar region have thick fur and thick skin to protect themselves from cold condition, cold climatic condition. Clear? To protect themselves from cold climatic condition, animals are having thick fur and thick skin to protect themselves from cold climatic condition. Now, another give reason is tropical deciduous trees shed their leaves in the dry season. Why? Why the tropical deciduous trees shed their leaves in dry season? Trees shed their leaves to save water, to conserve water. In deciduous forests or in deciduous forest type of zone, already during the dry climate or during the dry condition, there is a scarcity of water. So in order to prevent that, in order to protect or in order to save that water which is inside the tree, they shed their leaves. Because in science you have learned that it is the leaf through which plants lose their water. So in order to save the water, in order to keep the water amount balanced, trees shed their leaves. They make the leaves to fall down, okay. So tropical deciduous trees shed their leaves to conserve water, to save water, to keep the water amount balanced inside them, okay. That's why deciduous trees, tropical deciduous trees shed their leaves. Be very careful about the spelling of deciduous. D-E-C-I-D-U-O-U-S it will be, okay. Deciduous trees, deciduous, right? Yes. So always make a point not to commit any mistake this deciduous is needed to be written. Okay, yes. Now the third reason, the type and thickness of vegetation changes from place to place. Why? Yes, absolutely. That means the type of the vegetation as well as the thickness of the vegetation changes, varies from place to place. In one place, the thickness of the vegetation will be this much, but at other place, the thickness of that same vegetation is this much. Why? This is a difference of thickness as well as a type of vegetation. Type of vegetation means somewhere you find forest, somewhere you found grassland, somewhere you found thorny bushes. So why there is a difference in the thickness and the type of vegetation? The type and thickness of vegetation changes from place to place due to change in temperature, due to difference in temperature, due to variation in temperature. Okay, because from place to place there is a difference, there is a variation in temperature, altitude, height, thickness of soil and rainfall. That's why the type and thickness of vegetation varies or becomes different from place to place. Clear? Because the physical climatic conditions or because the physical features like temperature, rainfall, thickness of soil, altitude varies or becomes different at a different place. That's why there is a difference, there is a change in the type and thickness of vegetation. Okay, in other words, you can also say because there is a change in physical factors like temperature, rainfall, thickness of soil, altitude, temperature is there. That's why the type and thickness of vegetation also changes or varies, become different. Okay, simple answer. Yes, this is the reason of this one. I hope you might have understood. Now, coming on to some of the additional questions, internal questions. Here comes the first question. Which forest is also called tropical rainforest? Okay, tropical rainforest because it is rainforest and tropical rainforest. The first one, right? In the first characteristic of that forest, I have already mentioned. So it is tropical evergreen forest, are also known as tropical rainforest, right? So tropical evergreen forest is the answer to it. Which forest is also called tropical rainforest? It is tropical evergreen forest. Okay, it is tropical evergreen forest whose another name is tropical rainforest. Okay, another question coming to your way. Which forest has sal, teak, shisham, etc. as trees? Which forest has sal, teak, shisham, etc. as trees? You have to name that forest. It is tropical deciduous forest. Yes. These things will get inside your mind when you learn, when you get heart, when you learn the things by heart of each and every forest. Okay. So you note it down. Moreover, you see your notes. In the note part, I have already told you sal, teak, shisham, neem, etc. are the trees found in tropical deciduous forest. So this is the characteristic of tropical deciduous forest, that these types of trees are found over there. Okay, yes. Now coming on to the next question. Hardwood and softwood trees like oak, pine, etc. are found in which forest? Yes, so oak, pine, etc. etc. are found in which type of forest? These hardwood and softwood trees are the characteristic of, yes, it is temperate evergreen forest. Okay, it is temperate evergreen forest in which hardwood and softwood trees like oak, pine and other trees are being found. Okay, clear? So this is the characteristic of temperate evergreen forest, that such trees like oak, pine, etc. are found. Okay, yes. So this is about the 3 questions which I have discussed till now. Moving on to the next question, but before moving on further, you note it down fast all these answers, because these are very important questions and you will always able to answer these questions when you will learn all the characteristic of different forests like tropical evergreen forest, temperate deciduous forest, tropical deciduous forest, temperate evergreen forest, okay, moreover coniferous forest. All these you will learn by heart, then only these questions are simpler to you, or you can able to answer these questions quite easily. Okay, yes. Shall I proceed on with the question number 4? Yes. Now next question. In which climatic conditions are citrus fruits cultivated? You have to name the climatic condition only. Hot dry summer and mild rainy winters. Yes, these are the only climatic conditions in which citrus fruits are cultivated. The question has been given in your textbook also. What is the climatic condition for the cultivation of citrus fruits? Citrus, I have already told you, sour in taste, right? Sour means khatta, right? Yes. So in which climatic conditions are citrus fruits cultivated? 2 climatic conditions are there. Either the condition of climate will be hot dry summer, either it will be the season of summer and which will be very hot dry, or very mild rainy winter. That means it will be winter time as well as with the mild rain. Okay, these 2 climatic condition favors the cultivation of citrus fruits, mind you. So citrus fruits are cultivated in mild rainy winters and hot dry summer. Okay, yes. Now moving on to the next question. Which forest has ash, beech, etc. as trees? You have to name the forest from where these trees like ash, beech and other trees like this are being found. Okay, so your answer will be temperate deciduous forest. It is a temperate deciduous forest from where we get the trees like ash, beech and others. Okay, so this is the thing, this is the key to it. All the question may come from any side, either it will be made of 1 number, 2 number or 3 number. You have to learn the characteristic of each and every kind of forest. Okay, you have to get learned by heart characteristics of types of forest. That is the only key to remember these things. Now moving on to the next question. Your next question states that name the another name of taiga. Yes, have you remembered another name of taiga? What kind of forest has been given another name as taiga? Yes, it is coniferous forest, right? So another name of taiga. Taiga is the name given to which kind of forest? It is coniferous forest. Coniferous forests are also known as taiga, right? Yes. So these are the types of forest. Many more type of forest may you are going to get in higher classes, but up to here this much is the case. You have to learn these all types of forest, which makes up the altogether the vegetation of the country. Clear? Yes. Now moving on to another section. Another question is, give example of trees. You have to give the example of trees which are found in tropical evergreen forest. So tropical evergreen forest, you have to give the example of trees which are found in tropical evergreen forest, right? I have already told you earlier also, rosewood, ebony, mahogany, all these hardwood trees, right, are found in tropical evergreen forest. And why they are called evergreen? Because they do not shed their leaves, right? Yes. So it is ebony, mahogany and other trees which are being found out in this region or in this type of particular forest. It is tropical evergreen forest, right? So it is rosewood, ebony, mahogany and other types of forest trees, which are being found in tropical evergreen forest. Clear? Moving on to the next question. Name the type of forest used to make matchbox, packing boxes, etc. I think you have learned very well that the forest which is very useful for making matchboxes, packing boxes are none other than your coniferous forest again. Okay, coniferous forest is being used for making up of matchboxes, packing boxes. Apart from that, the paper pulp which we are using for making paper, right? The pulp which we use for making paper, for making newsprint, right? That is also obtained from coniferous forest. Moreover, economically marginal trees, economically valuable trees, okay, are also found in coniferous forest. I have already discussed in the uses of coniferous forest, right? Yes, which you might have understood. So it is the coniferous forest from where we get the pulp for making up of paper as well as for making matchboxes, packing boxes. Okay, that's why coniferous forests are very valuable and these are very useful. Another question coming to your way. Name some of the animals of coniferous forest. You have to name some of the animals of coniferous forest. Have you remembered? Coniferous forest animals are? Yes, it is none other than silver fox, polar bear and all these animals are found in coniferous forest. Forests which are being generally found okay, and these silver fox, polar bear, they are situated at high altitude, right? So they have thick fur, thick skin, right? So while discussing internet and search for pheasants, birds like pheasants, monarchs, right? Yes, which are being found. So I have taken out some of the beautiful pictures of the birds and animals which you must see, so that it will be inside your head. How does that look? This is a beautiful picture of pheasant bird. Okay, pheasant bird. The neck of the bird is generally blue and it is reddish, bluish, grayish. Okay, so different variety of color is there on their head and neck, which makes it different from other birds. This is pheasant bird. Okay. Now, monal is also a bird, right? Monal. So, monal, how does it look? What is the actual scene? It sometimes resembles like a peacock because it has a hood in front of its head. Somewhat a hood is there, or somewhat a small peacock-like shape, right? We have seen peacock, as the peacock has also a small hood in front of his head. In the same way, the monal bird is also having a hood. Moreover, it is a very colorful bird. Okay, bluish, greenish, yellowish, reddish. Okay, it comes in various variety, various species of birds are there. So I thought that you should categorize these birds. You should know these birds by the picture, because sometimes it usually happens that the things that we see usually gets inside our head. So this is a beautiful picture of monal bird, very beautiful, right? Which is colorful also, very beautiful as well as colorful. Okay, yes. Now one more animal about whom I want to speak is the silver fox. Okay, you also get acquainted with the silver fox, that's why I have taken this picture. Okay, silver fox, the characteristic animal of which type of forest? Coniferous forest. Okay, the forests which are generally found at higher altitude or at higher latitude, right? So these animals have thick fur and thick skin, right, to protect themselves from the climatic condition of cold climate, right? Yes. So this is the silver fox. Okay, now if you see these pictures carefully, it may happen that things will be in your mind for longer period of time. What is pheasant? What is monarch? What is silver fox? What is polar bear? I think polar bear is being seen by everyone of you. Okay, now this is all about the chapter. Now let's try to note down the homework also. Homework what? You have to learn all the question answers of this chapter. That means all the question answers of this chapter is needed to be learned. You should learn all these question answers by heart. Moreover, you have to write the characteristics of different types of forest. All the types of forest: tropical evergreen, temperate evergreen, tropical deciduous, temperate deciduous, coniferous forest. Okay, all the types of forest you need to write. You have to write all the characteristics of all the types of forest. What are the trees which are being found? What is the characteristic feature, like whether they are shedding off their leaves or not? Okay, something like that. So you have to write all the characteristic feature. This is all about this chapter. Okay, so keep learning, keep enjoying in your home, but you should also give a proper stress to your studies, because this is the time when you should not lose with the part of the studies. Okay, be very serious towards your studies here, because it's a high time for all of you. Next time when I am going to come, I am again going to come with another chapter, some another subject. Okay, either it will be history or civics. Let's see. Okay, till then I am going to meet you next time. It's a bye from my side. Have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. Bye.